Take two, I guess. My GoPro says it's out of battery, which I don't know. It's pretty much plugged in the whole time. So we'll see. But anyways, happy Father's Day, everybody. I'm by myself on Father's Day. You already know the story. My wife and two daughters are in Michigan visiting family, and I'm down here in southern Arizona where literally it's on fire. It's supposed to be 114 today where I live, and it's literally so hot outside that you can smell the heat in the air. Literally, it's like an oven almost. You can smell it so much. It doesn't help the fact that there's also a couple wildfires around, and so you can smell that in the air a little bit. Not so much, but it's very hazy and smoky due to the fire, and it's really hot outside. But anyways, I'm going up to see some friends. They invited me over on Father's Day. I guess probably because I don't got anybody, and they might have known I don't have anybody here. So I'm gonna watch some movies. I brought some movies, and I got some stuff to grill out. But this episode's gonna be a little different, I guess, because the commute is gonna be a lot longer. So I'm gonna be able to talk longer, so to speak, which I don't know if you want to listen or not. I mean, I have got 5 subscribers. Yeah, 5. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so I'm trying to branch out there again. It's really one of those things. I keep watching some of these YouTube guys, and they've been doing YouTube for a long time. So I watched this guy I subscribe to called Unbox Theory. Basically, this guy just opens up packages that he buys and reviews them, and it's kind of like a techie technology unboxing show, you know, and he reviews a lot of stuff, new and upcoming objects, and you know, I'm sure a lot of it is sponsor based. You know, he gets stuff from different companies to review, and you know, he gets to keep the item, which, you know, that's pretty cool if you ask me. I would be more than happy to review a lot of companies' products if they just send it to me, you know, and I just talk about how I use it, you know. That's more than enough payment for me. So Sony, Samsung, Apple, Dell, Canon, Nikon, any of those major companies, I'm going to put you guys a link to anything if you want to give me some free stuff, and I'll review it for you for sure. GoPro, dude, I've been shooting my videos with GoPro now, and I love the quality, and I love the stuff you can do with it. I mean, I'm really pleased with it. I don't got any of the new GoPro stuff, but I got this GoPro Hero Plus, the Wi-Fi edition. Man, it's the coolest thing ever. So any of you companies that want to sponsor me or give me anything for free, and I'll review it for you for advertising. I mean, I talked to a lot of people, but yeah, be my guest, help me out. Maybe when I get to 100,000 subscribers or 1,000,000 subscribers. That's the only difference I've seen with all these YouTube guys, is they got lots of people that watch their show, and I only have 5. So I'm trying to put my stuff out there. I only have I don't have very many Facebook friends, so I got like 300 or 400 people that I'm friends with, but I don't think that's enough to reach the masses, you know. But anyways, whatevers. So I'm on my way up to this city called Green Valley, and I live between the border of Mexico and Tucson, but I live pretty much closer to the border of Mexico. And so today's video is going to be different because I'm going to be driving through the border check. And, you know, a lot of people in the United States don't know this. You know, unless you live down in this area, you would. Or along the southern states, you know, like there's a part of California and Arizona where you would cross over into, you know, parts of Mexico like Tijuana. I think over by Yuma there's a big crossing, and parts of Texas there's a crossing over there into Mexico. But anyways, I'm not crossing into Mexico. They have the normal border check for anybody entering the United States from Mexico, and vice versa. If you're leaving the United States to go into Mexico, and so they do the big, you know, check there with the passports and the little Sentry passes. Basically, they can issue you this card. It's like a quick pass if you cross the border a lot. And where I live, there's a lot of people that cross the border into Mexico and United States a lot to shop and work and stuff. And it's not uncommon. I have some students that cross the Mexican border every day to go to school. They come over from Mexico to go to school to, you know, get education over here. And you know, you can think about any way you want about that, but you know, that's the way it is for me, and it's not uncommon. I'm totally used to it, and some of the nicest people too, I will add. And so anyways, I will be driving through the border check, which is kind of like the last, it's like a checkpoint. So basically they just look in the car and see if they ask me, I'm a United States citizen. If I'm not, I would have to present some identification. And, you know, mostly I just get asked, are you a United States citizen? And they just let me go. I say yes, and they let me go. I've never been stopped before. So the only time I was stopped is when my wife and I and some friends went into Mexico, but that was a different checkpoint. And we got stopped because my wife and I, we don't cross very often, and so our passports flagged the system. Normally our friends don't get stopped and checked, so it was a little different for them. But anyways, this border check, they basically ask if you're a United States citizen, and there you go. Most of the time, they don't even say anything to me. They just wave me through. And, you know, I don't know if it's profiling or not. I am white, so I'm kind of a minority down in this area, so I don't know how I feel about that, the whole profiling thing, because if I was different, they would stop me. And, you know, I don't know if it's part of their job training or not, but I guess you could say I don't look like I'm gonna hurt anybody, which, if you want to talk about that, that's profiling. But anyways, it's an interesting experience if you've never experienced it before. I remember the first time when my wife and I moved down here, one of the first times I drove through the border check going into Tucson, I had to return our big U-Haul trailer, or Penske truck, I should say, the big Penske truck that we used to move down here from Oregon, and I had to drive it up through the border check, and it was completely empty, and I pulled up and stopped, and they basically said, are you a United States citizen? And I said yes, and they said, all right, have a nice day, and I drove through. they do have dogs. They do have human trafficking dogs, and they do have drug sniffing dogs and all of that. So I can't remember if they had those dogs out that day, but if they did, they didn't smell anything on the truck. So I didn't get flagged for anything. I'm a little nervous to drive through the check with the GoPro though. They might be a little cautious about that. I'm not sure. If there is, then that's a different experience, sure. But I mean, I got food in the car. They can see I'm going to a party and stuff, and I got my daughter's car seats in the back of the car, and so they can see all that stuff. And I mean, they're trained really well to know what to look for. And back to the profiling thing, I think a lot of their training might not be the profiling, but they're trained to look for different cues in people in their face. So they know how to recognize if a person seems really nervous or antsy, and that might be a red flag for them to stop. So like if you were driving a car with lots of drugs in it, you might be a little more nervous, so they would stop you. And so or if you might be under the influence, that might be another flag to stop you. I'm getting closer to the border check, so as I get closer, I'm probably going to stop talking and it's just going to be listening and stuff. But as a typical check, you just start slowing down and stuff. They slow you down about a mile and before the border check, and it's a big covered area. I've been through a lot of checkpoints, actually, to be honest. They got several along the I-10 corridor in Texas. I think there's 2 or 3. And driving west towards Yuma, I know there's one you have to go through as well. So it's not a big deal at all. These guys see a lot of vehicles through the day. A cool, interesting tidbit about this border check is that they actually catch more drugs and illegal substances coming through, going up into Tucson at this border check than they do at the actual border. And I just remember reading in the newspaper a few months ago, maybe 6 months ago, about they made a $10 million pot bust through here. And so it's kind of, I'm glad that these guys are working hard to serve our country and to keep out the bad stuff. We don't need that up here. And it's kind of nice to know that they're here for us. So I'm driving up right now, slowing down. It's pretty hot out, so they're probably just going to make a check. There's a lot of, sometimes it backs up a lot, but today it seems like it's going by pretty quick. Yeah, this guy's talking to the taxi in front of me, so he's just checking everything. Hey there. Thanks, you too. Stay cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's pretty much it. That guy just waved me through. He can see that I'm not a threat or anything. He checked the taxi in front of me, who's a local taxi in Nogales, it looks like. And this guy just drives people up to Tucson. They have a lot of shuttles between crossing from New Mexico into northeastern Arizona. I think it might have already crossed already, but that's a really big fire. I don't know how much under control they have that, but right now the weather down here is not helping the fires at all. It is super dry, super hot. I mean, today it's already going to be 114. It's about 1 o'clock right now, so I bet if I were to check the temperature, it'd be at least 110. I checked the temperature 2 hours ago at 11 o'clock, and outside it was already 106. And I mean, if you look at the weather and the temperatures, it's not even going to get below 75 degrees tonight, the whole entire night. So, oh God, it's just ridiculous. It's not even cold enough to open up the windows in your home to let any air in or out. I mean, it's just really hot outside. I have my air conditioner set at 75 to keep my house cold, cooler. Some of you, my friends or whoever I know that live up in the more northern states or the Pacific Northwest, and you hear about it being 75 in my house and I'm trying to cool it down, you're probably like, man, that's just nice. Well, you're right, it's just perfect. Especially when it's 110 degrees outside. I mean, you got 35, 40 degrees difference than outside, and you can feel it when you walk in and outside of your home. I'm just really glad that it's not humid. If it was humid, I will say this, it would be probably 10 to 20 degrees cooler if it was humid outside, because it would be raining or be getting ready to rain. And so I cannot wait till monsoons, because it cools it off a lot. And it's a lot different than Orlando, for sure. Orlando it's humid all the time, and it's always hot, and it's sticky hot. This is like dry oven hot, like you feel like you're getting cooked. You stay outside for 20 minutes without any sunscreen on right now, you're gonna get sunburned really bad. And you gotta really be careful if you're out for any time period in this kind of heat. You gotta have either long sleeves on that will let you breathe a little bit so that you don't get sunburned, and you definitely gotta get one of those like freaking Arizona cowboy hats or Arizona hats or something that block your ears and your neck, because you will just get fried. Oh my gosh, like an egg. Maybe that's another video I'll have to do, is maybe tomorrow when I get home. No, it's gonna have to wait. Maybe next weekend I'll try it out, or maybe later today. guys. Have a great day. Peace out.